Hey guys, welcome to Healthy Bee. Today, we will talk about what is alkaline diet. What is the alkaline diet? Proponents of the alkaline diet espouse the idea that consuming acid-forming foods like red meat can tip your pH level out of balance and lead to poor health. Balancing your pH through diet, they theorize, can lead to an array of health benefits. The basic concept behind the diet plan is that if we're constantly putting acidic foods into our body, how does our system have time to do anything other than removing them? pH is a measure of acids and alkalis throughout the body on a 0 to 14 scale. Acidic substances range from 0 to 7. Vinegar, for example, has a pH of about 2, which means it's acidic. Meanwhile, alkaline substances fall between 7 and 14 on the scale. Calcium, which is highly alkaline, has a pH of about 10. In its natural state, our blood is slightly alkaline, hovering between 7.35 and 7.45, while our stomachs are highly acidic to help digest foods. It's important to note that except for changes in the pH of our saliva and urine, the foods we eat can't alter our body's pH, which is tightly regulated. Under the premise of the alkaline diet, working toward a healthy, balanced pH involves making smarter eating choices to emphasize consuming alkaline-forming foods. Many of these are plant-based foods. Planet-friendly. The diet considers the environmental effects of food choices. It's largely plant-based and/or the foods are mainly sustainably grown, produced. Vegan or vegetarian-friendly. Recipes can be easily modified for a vegan or vegetarian diet. Low carb. The alkaline diet recommends not consuming processed foods, like cookies, cakes, snack chips and white pasta, which are high in carbohydrates. How does it work? The alkaline diet emphasizes vegetables, fruits, beans, tofu and some nuts, seeds and legumes. Alcohol, eggs, meat, processed foods, sugar and grains are prohibited or limited because they allegedly make the body more acidic. The diet restricts entire food groups, including whole grains, meat and all animal protein, including eggs. With little or no scientific evidence, proponents of the alkaline diet claim the human body can acidify with too many acidic foods, says Melissa Keeney, a registered dietitian and clinical nutrition manager at Hartford Healthcare St. Vincent's Medical Center in Bridgeport, Connecticut. Based on this idea, the alkaline diet prohibits certain foods and discourages others. Under the alkaline diet, some fruits are good for your pH and others aren't. In the alkaline forming good category, for example, are apples and bananas, and others are really good, such as avocados and pineapples. Bananas have a pH of about 5. Avocados are closer to 7. Other recommended choices include bell peppers, seaweed, sweet potatoes, almonds, chestnuts, tofu, tempeh, miso, sprouts and lentils. Keep in mind that as a general rule of thumb, if you want to stick to the alkaline diet, 80% of what you eat, by volume, should be alkalizing foods, with 20% acid forming. Can I lose weight on the alkaline diet? You may lose weight on the alkaline diet in the short run, Keeney says. But this is likely because you are consuming more fruits and vegetables and cutting out many food groups, she says. Cutting out so many foods is not sustainable in the long term. Short-term weight loss. There's little to no research on the alkaline diet and short-term weight loss. There are some studies on low-carb diets and the Mediterranean diet, which are similar in some ways to the alkaline regimen. It's important to keep in mind that the Mediterranean diet is much less restrictive than the alkaline regimen. For example, the Mediterranean diet encourages consuming whole grains. Research published in 2022 by Stat Pearls in the National Library of Medicine suggests that low-carb diets are effective in the short term for weight loss. However, after a year, they are no more effective than other diets. Most research on low-carb approaches has shown that a low-carb diet, specifically ketogenic approaches, induces rapid induction of weight loss, researchers wrote. Initial weight loss is due partly to water loss, but fat loss occurs with adherence to the low-carb approach. With all dietary interventions, as adherence to the diet wanes, the weight loss effect becomes similar to other dietary approaches after 1 year. A study published in the journal Nutrients in 2021 suggests that a low-carb diet can be effective in the short term for the reduction of fat mass and remission of type 2 diabetes, but the approach loses efficacy after 6 months. Although widely adopted, the low-carb diet usually has short-lived metabolic benefits, with limited efficacy and practicality over the longer term, researchers wrote. A meta-analysis published in the journal Nutrients in 2020 reviewed 38 studies of low-carbohydrate diets with 6,499 adult participants. Researchers concluded that the meta-analysis suggests that low-carbohydrate diets are effective at improving weight loss, high-density lipoprotein cholesterol, and triglycerides lipid profiles. However, this must be balanced with potential consequences of raised LDL and total cholesterol in the long term. Long-term weight loss. There's little to no research on the alkaline diet and long-term weight loss. But a review of research analyzed the Mediterranean diet and long-term weight loss. The Mediterranean diet shares some similarities to the acid-alkaline diet, as both recommend a diet rich in fruits and vegetables and healthy fats like olive oil and avocados. However, the acid-alkaline diet is much more restrictive, forbidding meat, dairy and eggs, which the Mediterranean diet allows in moderation, and suggesting your limit healthy but acidic foods like chickpeas, walnuts, pomegranates and black tea, which the Mediterranean diet encourages. Please keep these differences in mind when comparing research on the Mediterranean diet to the acid-alkaline diet. Research published in the American Journal of Medicine in 2016 reviewed 5 randomized controlled trials to determine the effect of the Mediterranean diet on weight loss and cardiovascular risk factor levels after more than 12 months. The study was titled, Systematic Review of the Mediterranean Diet for Long-Term Weight Loss. Researchers compared the results of individuals with obesity and overweight, who were trying to lose weight on these diets, the Mediterranean, a low-carb regimen, a low-fat diet, and the American Diabetes Association diet. Our findings suggest that the Mediterranean diet results in similar weight loss and cardiovascular risk factor level reduction as comparator diets in overweight or obese individuals trying to lose weight, researchers concluded. Regarding long-term weight loss on a low-carb diet, one study suggests that such a regimen can be effective for shedding pounds in the short term. However, a low-carb approach carries a number of health risks over the long term. Research published in the Asia-Pacific Journal of Clinical Nutrition in 2003 suggests that while cutting carbs over the period of a week can result in a significant loss of weight, albeit mostly from water and glycogen stores, of serious concern is what potential exists for the following of this type of eating plan for longer periods of months to years. Complications such as heart arrhythmias, cardiac contractile function impairment, sudden death, osteoporosis, kidney damage, increased cancer risk, impairment of physical activity and lipid abnormalities can all be linked to long-term restriction of carbohydrates in the diet. Weight maintenance and management. While there's little to no research on the alkaline diet and weight maintenance and management, a 2020 study in the British Journal of Nutrition explored the Mediterranean diet and weight loss maintenance. The British Journal of Nutrition study involved 565 adults who had reported intentional weight loss of 10% or more during the 12 months preceding the study. Based on their current weight, participants were characterized as maintainers if they maintained the weight loss. People who slipped back to 95% or more of their original weight were characterized as regainers. Higher adherence to the Mediterranean diet was associated with a twofold increased likelihood of weight loss maintenance, researchers wrote. What do you think of our video? Let me know in the comments section below. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to hit that like button. Also subscribe to our channel before you go. Thank you for watching.